talking a different topic. So if you happen to come live, just say hi. And I will be starting, I think today I'll start on the 1 minute mark. Those who will join, you can play back on the lives playlist. If you want to listen from the start, today will not start on the 2nd minute mark. I'll just start on the 1st minute mark. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for people to join, and then as we're joining, hello everyone. My name is Mombi Figil, and welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining. Just let me know how is my audio. Tell me how is my visual, how is my lighting. Let me probably adjust my lighting if I can. Yeah, I think it is better. So just tell me where you are joining from. How is my audio? How is my visual? How is my lighting? So today I want to talk about manifestation, because I know that is a topic that also interests a lot of people. By the way, in this channel, if you're joining for the first time, it is all about divine alignment. I talk about spirituality, a lot of inner healing. I talk about manifestation, personal development, all that. So if it is something that interests you, feel very, very welcomed. So there are a lot of people, I know there are a lot of people who struggle with manifesting. If you have come up on the teachings of Neville Goddard, you know he talks a lot about manifesting. He's one of the teachers who is known on manifesting, and another one who talk about manifesting, but people don't talk about him. There are a lot of teachers who talk about manifesting, especially also who are like legends who are past, and one of the main teachers is Neville Goddard, and also Wallace Wattles has also these ideas, but I won't talk about Neville Goddard. If you have come across his teachings, probably you know the law of assumption. The law of assumption is very known in the manifesting community, also in the spiritual community, and probably you have tried manifesting and it is not working. So hi people, Empire Girls, Anthony, hello, everybody who is joining. So if you have been trying to manifest and you are stuck and it is not working, you are doing everything, whatever you have done, whatever you have heard, whatever you have read, and it is not working, there is one thing that many people miss when they start manifesting. I have like to I know there are a lot of people who talk about manifesting, especially from Neville Goddard perspective, from the law of assumption. But remember, Neville Goddard was teaching like from the Bible, like 101 from the Bible. So the teachings of Neville Goddard, they are based on Christ consciousness. They are based on the law, on the teachings of oneness with God, and they are very, very deep teachings. It is about you coming to oneness with God and living from a place of oneness with God, like coming from a place where you have like awakened your Christ consciousness or the Christ in you. So now you start you stop like living from the ego or from the mind, and you start living from your spirit side. And when you are living now from your spirit side, or when you are in that perspective, that is now like your higher self, and you manifest from that point. When you manifest from there, because everyone and everything is you pushed out, that is how like you manifest. So if you are struggling with manifestation, and especially Neville Goddard teachings, there is something that you are still not getting. It is your I am. Your I am, it is your God state. It is your Christ state. You have to come from that perspective. And in that perspective, like you are in the mind of God and you are in the mind of Christ, and from that position, that is a position of power. And everyone now, when you are in that position, is you pushed out. That means that the reality that you are seeing, it is only you pushed out. So you will not be changing the circumstances from outside. You will be coming inside, like accepting that it is you who is pushed out and now changing from there, like changing yourself. It is you changing yourself because you are in oneness with God and you are one with God. And when you change yourself, you yourself, everything or whatever you want now will change. It is not an ego-based manifestation, and that is what Wallace Wattles called competition. It is not a competitive, it is not an ego manifestation. You can manifest from ego, but the teachings of Neville, they are not for ego manifesting. They are spirit, they are inner man, they are higher self manifesting. You have to come from I am state, from your I am state. Your I am state, it is a state where you know that you are one with God. It is a state where Jesus was awakened, like Jesus the person was awakened, and he knew that he is one with the Father. Like his Christ was awakened, like he was awakened to that state of Christ. Because of course, Jesus and Christ, they are two different things. It is not about religion, it is about the consciousness. So when your consciousness of Christ is awakened, you are in that I am state. You are in that oneness, in that unity consciousness. And when you are manifesting from there, you are not manifesting from fear, you are manifesting from your place of truth, from your place of power, from your goddess, from your God energy. And in that, you will be changing things not from without, but from within. Like it is now your energy that is changing everything. You are not like even lifting your finger outside because everything is inside of you. It is all in. It is not out. If you have read like the teachings of Goddard, Neville Goddard, or if you have come across them, you can, I think you can start to understand what I am talking about, because those are very, very deep teachings. And many people, which I was also there, I did not understand that it is all from I am state. If you are trying to manifest from your ego, you may struggle. Probably you may get 1 to 3 things, but you will not sustain. Or it will be it is ego manifestation, but literally the teachings of Neville, you have to approach them knowing that you manifest from your I am state, not from your ego state. Are you getting me? Okay, hi, Kathy, hi, Sam, hi, Pretty Princess, hi. This is a band. Somebody is asking about my band. Yeah, I like to put like a band. Thank you for yourself. Thank you. Yeah, thank you too. So I don't know if there is somebody who know the teachings of Neville, or who have come across them, or who have tried manifesting. Is there somebody who have tried that? I wanted to bring that message across because I know that there are people who struggle with manifesting the teachings of, especially if you're following the teachings of Neville Goddard. It is all about coming from your I am state, from your Christ state, from the Christ consciousness state, knowing that you are one with God, knowing that you are in Christ, knowing that there is no difference. You are not separate from God. You are not separate from your source, and creating from your source state that is like very, very high frequency. And when you are creating from there now, you are not creating from without, like you are not manipulating, things. You are not forcing things. Things are just happening because of your energy, because you will start to understand that when you are creating from that state, that everyone and everybody is you pushed out. It is only that it is your energy that is manifesting, because we are all one. We are all one. So all of us are one. So whatever is showing up in your reality, it is just you are yourself pushed out. So are you getting me? So I don't know if there is someone with a question, but I really wanted to talk about that, to talk about the teachings of Neville, which is also very key, and also in manifesting, to understand the law of assumption, to understand that everybody is you pushed out, to understand those laws of consciousness. And if you have been struggling with the law of assumption and you trying to manifest, and you think that you are trying, you're doing everything, but why is it not working? It is probably because you are trying to manifest from your ego. I tried it for a long time. You have to be in your higher self. You have to be in aligned, because coming to alignment, it is you coming, understanding that you are one with God, knowing that you are one with God, knowing that you are the one who is creating, coming out of victim mindset, not that things are happening to you, but knowing that you are the one who is making things happen. You have the law of assumption starts to work, or the teachings of Neville starts to work consciously, when you start to understand that, like you take your power and you start to know that you are the one who is creating your reality, and you get out of that fear that that you are like intruding in the line of God by creating your reality. Because I think that is also a fear. Either people have a fear that they are intruding, they are not supposed to change anything, they are not supposed to take power and authority. But remember that we have been given power and authority. We have been given power and authority, and now it is coming out of that fear that you are intruding in the line of God, and you take your power and authority, and you accept that you are the one who is in charge of reality, of your own reality, no matter the consequences or no matter what will come. It is you accepting like your God state or your Christ state, your I am state. When you start to do that, you will see that you will manifest what you want, and then you persist, because the reality or the physical reality will start probably to give you things that you are something that you are not expecting. Like for example, many times people who are using the law of assumption, maybe they are manifesting relationships, maybe a specific person, maybe an ex or something. Many people are using the law of assumption. They are manifesting relationships. And if you are the one who is maybe manifesting a relationship and you have stayed in your I am state, and you are, for example, you are like seeing yourself like in that committed relationship with your person, and then probably you stay in that state for 1 or 2 days, and then that person probably they will maybe they tell you, maybe like they don't want, maybe they write you a message, maybe they don't want to be in a relationship with you. Usually if you go back to your mind will start like to say probably it is not working, it is not working. You know, that is your ego. Now what I mean is that you have to stay in your power, in your God state, and remain that you are the creator of your reality, and ignore the reality. That is now what I was saying about the reality may start manifesting in a way that maybe is opposite of what you're expecting. In this case, you also have to like stay in your God state. Know that you are manifesting maybe a relationship with that person, maybe a committed relationship, and remain there no matter what, like your physical reality will be showing you. So are you getting me? Are you getting me? So to go back again, you are one. You are one with God, with Christ. Like with Christ, you are one, and you have to come out of the mind state. You have to come out of totally the mind state and start living like in the God state, in your higher self. That is what Neville teaches. You have to come out of your mind, because the mind consciousness, let me call it that way, it is its own way. It is like the ego. It is not bad. And the God state, that is what for me is the Christ consciousness. So you have to come out of where you are arguing with the mind and you are reasoning with the mind, and you start walking in your power, in your God state. That is how you are going to manifest what you want. Are you getting me? Are you getting me? Are there people who are familiar with this law of assumption or the teachings of Neville? So I think I will I have some more time. Let me say it again, because this is important. If you have been using the law of assumption, or you have been using the teachings of Neville, you have come across it and you want to manifest a different reality, you have to understand your I am state. It is from that state that you are manifesting. It is from your I am state that you are manifesting. It is not from the ego. You can manifest from the ego, but if you want like the teachings of Neville to work for you, understand your I am state. Understand that you are one with God, you are one with Christ. That is a state, um, not somewhere that you are at some time with the teachings of Neville or with the teachings of oneness. You have to come to a place where you are not only coming maybe to oneness when you are meditating, and when you are not meditating, you are out. You have to consistently abide in that state. By the way, that is what divine alignment is all about. It is you aligning to that higher frequency or to that consciousness where you know and you feel that you are one with God. Where like the let me call it like the Christ consciousness is awakened in you, where you are seeing things with the perspective and with the mind of Christ. Do you know? Do you remember somewhere in the Bible it says, "Let the mind that was in Christ be in you too"? I think it is somewhere that Paul was saying. It is when that mind of Christ now start becoming like your dominant operating system, where you start to see like God, where you start like to reason, to think from that perspective, to make decisions from that perspective. And it is a state where you try to maintain as much and as long as you can. Are we together? Are we together? So that state of Christ consciousness, when you start to practice it, at first it is a little bit challenging. It is a little bit challenging when you are starting, because you have like to be aware almost most of the time. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and at one point maybe you are staying in that consciousness for a longer time. But at first it is something I think you have like to be intentional about, and to put time, to put effort. Yeah. So my battery is going low. I would have liked to answer any questions if there are. Yeah, but I really appreciate you, and I really like doing these lives. I have said it, I really love doing these lives. They feel more connecting, and also it is I just doing this live. I find them very connecting, and if somebody has a question, they can ask and they get answers in real time. So I like doing it, and like practicing more talking. I love to practice more talking, because I know that in future maybe I'll be doing more talking with more people on bigger platforms. So it is good for me. It is like a practice platform for me. Excuse me, it is really a practice platform for me. So it is really helpful to do these lives. So if you have questions, please ask, because it is not only benefiting me, it is also benefiting you. It is helping me like also to to practice, because I know with time maybe I have a bigger platform or a bigger audience, and it is just good for like setting my pace, and connecting with people. So I really doing the lives. For me, it is, I know some people can find it stressing, like doing maybe lives every day or every other day. But to me, it is really an honor. It is a joy, even if it is like 10 people, 5 people who join. I am totally appreciative because I am just honored to know that this message is helping people, and I know it is a strong message. I know it is a strong message, and yeah, because even me, I go back and I listen to myself, and I am like, this is really good. This is really good, and it is all free of charge. So what am I saying? I am saying, let me repeat again. What I am saying is that if you want to live a powerful life where you are manifesting your dreams, even without like using never, even let's remove never Goddard from the equation, you have to understand that your Christ consciousness. You have to understand that you are one with God. You have to understand that you are not separate. You have to come out of the separation mindset, separation consciousness. If I had my chart, I'll be showing this is a low vibration, or this separation consciousness, where you think that, or where somebody thinks that they are separated from God. And you know, these things, the reason that I love like this inner healing, or this journey of this spiritual journey, spiritual growth journey, it is because like you think that you know something, or you have experienced something, then you go back again and you're experiencing it again, but at a deeper way. So most of the things that I talk, it is like the way I understood like a oneness 3-4 years ago. It is not the way like I understood it like at the start of the year. It is not the way I understood it today. It is to see that they are so, it is so deep, and the spiritual journey, ascension journey, it is like you keep going back to where you are, but at a deeper way. At a deeper way, it is like it has depth. So my understanding of Christ consciousness and oneness with God, the one I had like 4 years ago, now I can say like it was like it was very theory. It was just understanding of the mind. But as time progresses, like I have come like now to experience the depth of it, and even I cannot wait to know what I will be understanding, or what I will, how deep I will be by the end of the year. So that is a joy. Before, I used to be very offended because I could think like I was here. I thought I had understood this. I thought I had experienced this. Why am I experiencing it again? It is because like God have depth, God have dimensions. And if you are living 80 years, or let's say 100 years in this world, you have like to get used to that. You will be going up, you will be going down. It is like you are going up, you are going down. That is the way the spiritual journey is. So that have been my experience. But for you guys, what I want to remind you, that you are always one with God. You are not separate. You can never be separate. God never created anyone to live separate. And the one who showed us that, it is Jesus, when he came to be Christ. So we are all partakers of that. And that is a level or a dimension that is available for anyone who wants to experience it. to experience like that oneness with the Father, to experience that oneness with Christ, and to live in that state. And that is the best state to be manifesting from. So, okay, so thank you for joining, and we see you next time when I am doing the live. I don't know when, I hope tomorrow. Okay, bye.